Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Karyna. Nice to meet you. And today I'd like to talk to you about Instagram stories and how to get your views and engagement from this to this. Let's go. I will recommend you to write down whatever you think is useful, because at the end of this video, it's going to be like a lot of information, and it's better if you have kind of like a conspect with you. So the first advice is to have less than 30% of text on the story. So if you have an image over there, make sure that the text is only 30% out of it. There's an example of what I'm talking about. This is how you shouldn't be doing, and this is how you should do. The next one is make sure that your stories have different angles and you don't post the same picture or a video where you keep talking and talking and talking like the talking head as you're watching this video right now. Make sure that your stories are different. For example, the four main angles are like full yourself, right? Like the whole body. Maybe you're dancing, maybe you showing something, maybe you just walking them around your house, whatever, but like full body. Next is the talking head. And then it's either something around you, maybe your pets, maybe something around your house, anything kind of like around you. And another one is just the plain picture, or just like a one color background, black or white with some text on it. So these are the five with this just background thing, poses or angles that I can really recommend you doing, because that keeps your followers engaged and they want to see like what's gonna happen next, instead of, you know, looking at the same talking head. Maybe they can't even listen right now. That's the next one. Make sure they can understand your stories without actually pressing that speaker button on. Maybe put like the subtitles on it. Maybe put some text like the main points, what you're gonna talk about in this video or this photo, etc., etc. But your stories have to be understandable no matter if they can listen to them right now or not. Then keep one thought per one story. If you're talking about something like you're gonna talk about your plans for the day. So you're saying, okay, I just woke up, I'm gonna make some coffee, blah, blah, blah. Don't start talking about your goals for the next year or telling the story that happened to you yesterday. If you started with this topic, finish it in this story and then continue to the next. Try keeping the story stylish and minimalistic. You want them to look easy for someone to read and to understand, instead of like a lot of bright colors, a lot of text, some different thoughts, and no one can really understand what's going on in your stories and they're just gonna switch to someone else. Think about having a good lighting. It doesn't mean that you have to always go with some professional lights, or you shouldn't film in like some spa or whatever you go on and you want to share with your followers. You can do that, but in most cases, try using a good lighting. Like for example, I'm using a few lights right now, and if I wouldn't have them, it would be like a completely different picture. The same in the stories. I'm going to show you a few examples with the lights and without, so you can see the difference and realize how more enjoyable it is to watch your videos if you have the lights on. Do not use the text that is hard to read. If you put in the text on your picture, on your story, on your video, whatever, make sure that it has this background under it, because if it doesn't and it's hard to read, they just won't understand it, and again, they will switch to the next blogger. If you have in one of these useful blogs, if you can say, for example, something in your expertise only, try not to give people dry facts. For example, I have a marketing blog, right? And I know that the videos didn't perform well, like at all. They didn't perform when I was talking about, for example, I started my reel with, what is geofencing marketing? Geofencing marketing is blah, blah, blah. So I keep telling them like this dry facts that they can actually go to Google, type it in, what is geofencing marketing, and learn from it. So instead of doing that, try starting with the problem, that something that you're gonna talk about is going to solve this problem for your followers, customers, whatever. I can give you an example, like if you have a blog about meditations, right? Start about So something like, I've been feeling anxious lately and I didn't have, like melatonin didn't help me to sleep, or, you know, I'm just saying different stuff right now, but try starting with the problem and then saying, well, I recently, after having this issue, I started practicing this kind of meditation and it helped me so much. My mood improved and blah, blah, blah. And then you showing how this particular thing that you're going to talk about actually helped you and how it's going to help them. And then you talk about the meditation itself and so on. So this can actually go to any niche, to any expertise. And I started implementing it to mine as well, and it's performing much, much better. So try it on and let me know if it works for you and how that works. You can type it down in the comments here, or you can follow me on Instagram and talk more about it with me, like privately. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my Instagram yet, here's my Instagram channel where I talk about marketing, where I talk about life in the United States, show my daily life. So yeah, I'll be happy to see you there, and subscribe to this channel as well so you don't miss the next videos. The next advice is to keep your stories in sequence. For example, if you're talking about your day, or you went on vacation and you want to show what you've done and blah, 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 try have this sequence, like have them in order. So you woke up, you had breakfast. I'm just talking about like super boring stories, but I'm just saying, like, if you're telling a story, be consistent in the order. You can't just say, oh, I woke up, oh, I'm on a roller coaster, and then you're talking about, well, here's my breakfast, and then people are gonna be like, what's going on? So yeah, keep them in order, keep them in sequence. The next one is try to show emotions. This is like the most important thing, because if you are behaving like this plastic doll, no one wants to watch you, because they don't feel the connection, they don't see your emotions. If you're angry, show that you're angry. If you are upset, show that you're upset. If you are like super happy, you're excited about something, show it, like share with people. They're gonna be excited with you. Then it doesn't matter what expertise you're in. And if you're just like a personal blogger, influencer, lifestyle, or you have a company and blah, 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 but you show your brand and yourself in there. Keep reminding people, like keep them in a loop who you are and what you do. Because like if I'm a new follower and I came to your page, I need to know who you are, like what your values are. For example, me, I keep reminding all the time that I'm this girl who moved from Belarus when I was 19 years old. I moved alone with like less than $500 in my pocket. Yes, I started working right away, but I also got fired on the first day, you know? So it's like this image of me moving from another country, immigrating to the United States, and starting my whole life here, going to school, getting a better job, starting a YouTube channel, Instagram account, and like growing and developing here and helping other people to go through this period of life as well. So keep them in a loop all the time about who you are, what you do, etc. Then a really good one is to have, so any story, any topic that you're gonna talk about, start with something intriguing first, and have this kind of storytelling. For example, I recently posted a stories where I was showing my journey through when I was overweight, and I could just post a picture that I printed. Here's the picture. I printed it to have in my gym, so it kind of like motivates me every day. So I could just post this picture and say, hey, here's what I printed, here's how I looked, and blah, blah, blah. But I started with a pretty picture of myself saying, hey, have you been following me from after 2019 or before? So, and then people who followed me before 2019, they saw me in this body. And my next storytelling would be, the next sequence of stories is going to be about, so if you've been following me before 2019, here's how I looked. And then I talk about how I got there and like what wrong choices I made and blah, blah, blah. And then I show the picture how I look now. And then I show this before, after. And I tell my followers, if you're interested in, you know, learning how I got there, if you're having the same difficulties, if you're going through the same journey, let me know, connect with me. I would love to talk to you. I would love to share like what happened, because it was basically, it wasn't even physical, it was mental. And as soon as I started working with the therapist, as soon as I started, you know, learning about myself, knowing what I want, of course, like physical activity and food is gonna help you, but that was mental, like on a deeper level than physical. So that's what I'm talking about. So start with this, not even intrigue, but like the beginning before you start telling your story. If you don't know what to talk about, you can start with something that's going on in the world and share your thoughts and ask your followers to share their thoughts and, you know, start discussing it. I wouldn't recommend politics and religion and that kind of stuff, but something else that's going on in the world, that's an awesome subject to talk about. Then you can use your past experience for something, as I just said, like to talk about your overweight problems, or to talk about school, or to talk about immigration. Start with your backstory, right? To share your own experience, your own expertise, and so on. In general, be honest with your followers, with your customers, because the more genuine you are, the more people are going to believe you, to follow you, to buy from you. So if you do all of the above and it's still not working, let's talk. Because it is working for me, it's working for a lot of other people. So yeah, I really hope that that's gonna help you. And you can comment down below if you've been doing some of this, if you're planning to do them, like what are your steps and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Oops, sorry about that. A fly. So yeah, subscribe so you don't miss the next videos, and I'll see you soon. Have an awesome day. Bye.